So do you also use tally forms and Encharge for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create or update Encharge person on tally forms submission. So over here I'm running a edutech company and we gather the details of our potential clients with the help of tally forms. So now what I want is that as soon as a potential clients fill in a tally form, automatically with the help of the same potential client details, a new person should be created in my Encharge account too. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between tally forms and Encharge. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that, you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So today I'll walk you through setting up an automation that connects your tally forms and Encharge to create or update a person's details seamlessly. So if you regularly collect form submission and manually transfer the information into your Encharge account, you know how time consuming and error prone the process is. So with this automation, every tally form submission instantly creates or updates a person in your Encharge account, ensuring your records are always accurate and up to the date. This saves time, reduces errors, and lets you to focus on what really matters. So let's dive in and see how this works step by step. So let's start with our example. So let's say that my name is test user and I'm just going to fill in this inquiry form which is created with the help of tally forms. Alright, so now I'm just going to enter all of my details and we are just going to click on this register. And yes, you can see done, your registration is completed. So now I'm just going to open my Encharge account and we're going to refresh this people page in order to check that if a new contact has been added right over here with the same details or not. Okay, so as soon as we're going to refresh this, yes, you can see a new contact has been created. You can see the same email address which we entered, the first name, the last name which we entered, right? So yes, you can see the contact has been created automatically without any manual efforts. So this is the automation we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this automation for your business, then you have to watch this video till the end. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. And as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in. And as soon as we are going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we're going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we have to click on this blue button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations. And now I want to name my workflow as this, which says how to create or update Encharge person on tally forms submission. Tally forms to Encharge. And then you have to click on this create. And as soon as we are going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will run. Alright, so trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. So therefore we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So that's why we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. Alright, so today what I want is I want to create or update an in-charge person on Tally Forms submission. So for my trigger application, we have to select it as Tally Forms. So I'm just going to search for Tally, and as you can see the same, so we have to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new response is captured, my workflow should be triggered or started. So we have selected the same as a trigger event. And now it has given me a webhook URL. So what we have to do is we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Tally account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So what we have to do is first I'm just going to copy this webhook URL, and then we have to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your Tally account, publish the form, and go to the integrations and then webhooks. Alright, so we're going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my Tally account, and over here you can see two forms which I have created. But I want to create this automation for this form, which is inquiry form. So I'm just going to go towards the edit of this particular form for which I want to create this automation. So you have to follow the same. You have to go towards the edit of the particular form for which you want to create this automation. Alright, now what we have to do is we have to go towards the integration tab. Okay, so as you can see, this is the integration tab. So we have to go towards this, and as you can see over here, it is saying discover integrations. So you have to look for webhooks over here in these applications. And yes, you can notice webhooks right over here. So I'm just going to click on this connect given under the webhook. Alright, and as soon as we're going to click on this connect, it is asking me for the endpoint URL. So we're just going to paste the webhook URL which we copied from our workflow right over here, and then we have to click on this connect. And yes, you can see that we have successfully added our webhook URL right over here. And now with this, we have successfully connected our Tally account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is I'm just going to open my Tally form once again, and we have to do the test submission of the same form which we connected right now with our workflow, which is this inquiry form, right? So we have to go towards this copy link to share right from here, and we're going to open this link in a new tab in order to do the test submission. All right, so as you can see that this is the form, and I'm going to do the test submission with the new details. So let's say this time for the first name, I'm just going to keep it as demo. All right, for the last name, we're going to keep it as lead. For the email, let's say that I'm just going to keep it as demo user 22@pabblytudes.com. So I'm just going to enter the same email address right over here, and then we're going to move on forward. For the phone number, let's say that I'm just going to keep it as this. All right, we're going to move on forward. Over here for the company name, let's say that I'm just going to keep it as Pabbly. For the city, we have to keep it as Bhopal. This is the country, and now it is asking me for the course interested in. So let's say for the course interested in, I'm just going to select it as content writing and blogging, and then we have to click on this register. And as soon as we're going to click on this register, it is saying your registration is completed. So now what has happened is that Tally has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. You can see all the details which we entered. You can see the first name, the last name, the email address, the phone number, the company name, the city, country, and the course interested in. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new response is received from my Tally account, automatically Pabbly is going to trigger the workflow and capture the response for the same. Alright, so further what I want is I want to create or update an in-charge person on Tally form submission. So for my action application, we have to select it as Encharge. Yes, so I'm just going to search for Encharge right over here, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now it is asking me for the action event. So for my action event, we have to select it as add or update a person, and then we are just going to click on this connect right over here, and now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Encharge account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then we have to click on this blue button which says connect with Encharge. And as soon as we're going to do so, it is asking me for some permissions. So it is saying allow Pabbly Connect to access your account on Encharge. Alright, so here what we are going to do is I'm just going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions. It is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow. Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we're going to click on allow right over here, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this, we have successfully connected our Encharge account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now it is asking for the email, the first name, the last name, and many other details. So we are just going to enter the details right over here, which we received in the response of our previous step. As you can see, all the details received. So we are just going to enter these same details into our Encharge action step. All right. So now it is asking me for the email, right? So over here, we are just going to enter the email, but we are not going to enter it manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping, right? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Tally as our trigger application. So we are just going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So with here, I'm going to give you an example that it is asking for the email, right? So let's say that we're going to enter the email right over here manually by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But let's say that we're going to map this email from the previous response. All right. So I'm just going to erase this email and map this from the previous response. Then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. As we mapped the email, we're going to map the first name too. We are going to map the last name too right over here. All right. And over here it is asking for the name. So once again, we're going to map the first name, put a space, and then we're going to enter the last name. We are going to move on forward. Only we are going to fill in the required details. So as you can see, both of these are not required. So I'm just going to leave it as blank and we're going to fill in the company name. And as you can see that all of these details are not the required details. We're just going to fill in the phone number right over here. We're going to move on forward and then we have to go towards this save and send test request button. As you can see that it is asking me for many details. So if you wish, you can definitely fill out these details. I have only filled out the details which were required, right? So now after doing this, I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to do so, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response. That with the help of these same details, I have created a new person in my Encharge account. So I'm just going to open my Encharge account, and now from here we have to go towards the all people section and refresh this all people section in order to check for the new person. And as you can see, the new person has been created. You can see the email which we entered, the first name, the last name, the full name, and also you can notice the company name which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new response is received from our Tally forms, automatically Pabbly is going to trigger the workflow, capture the response for the same, and further a new person would be created or updated in my Encharge account with the same details. And now we don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on this save and send test request. This workflow is going to run in backend and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.